A nation divided, the 2024 presidential race. The United States faces a pivotal moment in its history. Two prominent figures stand at the forefront: incumbent Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump. Their contrasting visions for the nation have deeply divided the American public. This election cycle is not just about policy differences, it's about fundamental values and the direction of the country. The stakes have never been higher. The outcome will have profound implications for generations to come. Americans are looking for leadership to unite the country. Understanding these differences is crucial for voters. Kamala Harris's journey to the national stage is marked by ambition and a commitment to justice. Born in Oakland, California, to immigrant parents, Harris's upbringing instilled in her a deep belief in the American dream. Her early career as a prosecutor, and later as the district attorney of San Francisco, gained her a reputation for being a tough but fair advocate for justice. Her election as the Attorney General of California in 2010 marked a significant milestone. In 2016, Harris was elected to the United States Senate representing California. Harris's selection as Joe Biden's running mate in the 2020 presidential election was historic. Donald Trump's path to the White House was unconventional, to say the least. A brash businessman from New York City, Trump was a household name long before he entered the political arena. Known for his larger-than-life persona, he built a real estate empire that included some of the most iconic buildings in Manhattan. His success in real estate and flamboyant personality made him a media fixture. He was a regular on television, hosting the reality show The Apprentice, which further cemented his celebrity status. Trump's foray into politics began with his questioning of Barack Obama's birthplace, a move that garnered significant media attention and controversy. In 2015, Trump announced his candidacy for president, running on a populist platform that promised to make America great again. His campaign was unlike any other, filled with bold promises and unfiltered speeches. His campaign rallies were marked by fervent crowds and inflammatory rhetoric. He tapped into the frustrations of many Americans, promising to bring jobs back and secure the borders. Despite being outspent by his opponents and facing skepticism from the political establishment, Trump defied expectations and won the Republican nomination. His unconventional approach resonated with a significant portion of the electorate. His victory in the Electoral College, despite losing the popular vote, stunned the nation and the world. It was a testament to his ability to mobilize a passionate base of supporters. Trump's presidency was marked by constant controversy and his willingness to challenge the status quo. He signed numerous executive orders, aiming to fulfill his campaign promises swiftly. His detractors criticized his policies as divisive and his behavior as unbecoming of a president. Protests and media scrutiny were a constant throughout his time in office, reflecting the polarized nature of his presidency. Kamala Harris and Donald Trump represent diametrically opposed visions for the future of the United States. Their differing ideologies and policy proposals highlight the deep divisions within the country. On healthcare, Harris supports the Affordable Care Act and universal coverage. She believes that healthcare is a fundamental right and advocates for expanding access to ensure that every American can receive the medical care they need. Trump has sought to repeal and replace Obamacare, favoring a market-based approach. His administration has focused on reducing government involvement in healthcare, arguing that competition will drive down costs and improve quality. On immigration, Harris supports a pathway to citizenship for dreamers and comprehensive reform. She emphasizes the importance of treating immigrants with dignity and respect and aims to create a more humane immigration system. Trump has taken a hard-line stance, implementing policies like family separation. His administration has prioritized border security and reducing illegal immigration, often using strict measures to deter migrants. On climate change, Harris sees it as an urgent threat requiring immediate action. She supports aggressive measures to reduce carbon emissions and transition to renewable energy sources, aiming to protect the environment for future generations. Trump has expressed skepticism and rolled back environmental regulations. He argues that such regulations hinder economic growth and has prioritized the interests of the fossil fuel industry. Their positions on issues such as gun control, abortion, and taxes further illustrate the stark contrast. Harris advocates for stricter gun control measures, protecting abortion rights, and a more progressive tax system. Harris believes in expanding access to affordable healthcare for all Americans. She supports policies that aim to lower prescription drug costs and increase funding for public health programs. Trump has implemented policies that have weakened the Affordable Care Act. His administration has sought to reduce the scope of the ACA, arguing that it imposes too many regulations and costs on businesses and individuals. Harris supports investing in renewable energy and rejoining the Paris Agreement. She believes that transitioning to clean energy is essential for combating climate change and creating sustainable jobs. Trump has withdrawn the United States from the Paris Agreement. He argues that the agreement is unfair to the US and that it places undue burdens on American businesses, preferring to focus on energy independence and economic growth. Triumphs and tribulations, achievements and controversies. In the world of politics, few figures have been as polarizing and influential as Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. Both Kamala Harris and Donald Trump have faced their share of triumphs and tribulations, each leaving a significant mark on the political landscape. Harris's supporters highlight her work on criminal justice reform and consumer protection, emphasizing her efforts to bring about meaningful change in these areas. Critics, however, argue that her record as a prosecutor was too harsh, pointing to instances where they believe she could have been more lenient or progressive. As Vice President, Harris has been a vocal advocate for voting rights and LGBTQ+ equality, working tirelessly to ensure these issues remain at the forefront of the national conversation. Trump supporters cite his economic record and appointment of conservative judges as major achievements, believing these actions have had a lasting positive impact on the country. His presidency, however, was marked by numerous scandals and controversies, which often overshadowed his policy achievements. His handling of the COVID-19 pandemic and response to Black Lives Matter protests were widely criticized, with many feeling his actions were inadequate or inappropriate. Harris has played a key role in advancing the Biden administration's agenda, working closely with President Joe Biden to implement their shared vision for the country. Trump's administration faced accusations of corruption and nepotism, with critics arguing that his leadership style and decisions often benefited his family and close associates more than the public. The Capitol riot and the Pennsylvania shooting defining moments. The 2024 presidential race has been marked by two events: the January 6th Capitol riot and the July 2024 shooting of Donald Trump. The Capitol riot, an attempt by Trump supporters to overturn the 2020 election, shocked the world. The shooting of Trump at a campaign rally in Pennsylvania highlighted the volatile political climate. These events have had a profound impact on the 2024 race. The Capitol riot has become a rallying cry for those who believe American democracy is under threat. The Pennsylvania shooting has reignited the debate over gun control. Public sentiment, polling and perception in the 2024 race. Polls show a deeply divided electorate, with both Harris and Trump maintaining strong bases of support. Harris's support is strongest among Democrats, women, and minority voters. She is seen as a capable leader with a strong commitment to social justice. Trump remains popular among his base, appreciated for challenging the status quo. Key issues shaping the 2024 race include the economy, healthcare, immigration, and crime. Voters are also concerned about climate change, gun control, and abortion rights. The candidates' positions on these issues will be crucial in determining the outcome. The road to the White House. Analyzing the potential impact, a Harris presidency would likely signal a return to traditional foreign policy, emphasizing diplomacy and multilateralism. Domestically, Harris would focus on progressive priorities like healthcare and criminal justice reform. A Trump presidency would continue his America First agenda, prioritizing economic interests. Domestically, Trump would focus on immigration, crime, and deregulation. A Harris presidency would be seen as a victory for diversity and inclusion. A Trump presidency would likely focus on immigration control and border patrol. The outcome will have profound implications for American democracy and the country's standing in the world. A nation at a crossroads looking ahead to 2024. The choice between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump represents a stark choice between two fundamentally different visions. The stakes are high and the outcome will have far-reaching consequences. The 2024 election is about more than just policy differences. It is about the very soul of America. The American people face a profound responsibility in this election. The road ahead will be challenging, requiring strong leadership and thoughtful solutions. It is a time for all Americans to engage in the political process and fight for the future they want.